Hello, I'm presenting a few lessons about world orientation in combination with CLIO. According to the SLO, CLIO is a perfect way to combine English with, for example, world orientation. The children are learning English in a very playful way. I've made a few lessons about water, and the main content goal from my lessons is that the children learn where water goes to after they used it, but also where water comes from. How does the water circle work? And a main part of the lessons is about the use of water. How much water do they use? Is it too much? How much water do they use in other countries? Can we reduce the use of water here in Holland? So I'm starting with the children to look through a day. How much water do they use during the day? And it starts with the morning. When you get out of bed, you go to the toilet and you flush the toilet. You use water. Then you drink a glass of water. With brushing your teeth, you use water. With breakfast, you use water. And so during the day, I'm taking the children with me and ask them to write down when do you use water and how much is it. And then after they all individually written down the use of water, I'm asking them to say it to me, and I'm writing it on the blackboard so that we can make a huge diagram with the use of water. How many water do they use in a day? And that's the start of a discussion about using water. And I'm asking them, how much water do they think they use in Africa, for example? Do they have as lot water as we have, or do they have lesser? The discussion results in making a board where we ask other people to think about the use of water. In the next lesson, they are playing a game on the computer where they learn how to reduce the use of water. For example, when they shower, they can shower 5 minutes or 2 minutes, which is better for the use of water. So they're learning that in a game, and then after the game I will talk about it again. And I ask them to say in English which way they personally want to reduce the use of water in their own home. But as I said in the beginning, it's not only about the use of water, it's also about where does water come from. We can get it out of the ground, but how? How can the rain come down? How can we get water out of the ground? So I've made a Weebly, and on that Weebly the children are going to learn about the water cycle. I will show you. This is the Weebly, and in the Weebly they have an introduction page, and on that introduction page they learn that at the end of the lesson they have learned about the water cycle. What is it and what are the English terms about it? After the introduction page, they can go to the page from the water cycle, and then they are going to see this picture. It's a picture about the water cycle. They see the clouds, the sun, the water, and what happens when the water goes up through the sun, and how it can come down. All the terms are in English, so the children have to read English. A lot of terms are difficult for the children, such as evaporation, and they can look it up in a dictionary, but they also can ask me. Every child has his own computer with this program, and they are going through it alone. This is one way to learn about the water cycle, but a lesson later I want to learn them and remember them what the water cycle is without a computer. So they have to make a water cycle by themselves with paper. They all get a piece of white paper, pencils, glue and scissors. And they have to draw for example, a cloud. They can cut it out and paste it on another cardboard so that they can make their own water cycle. What I think is important after they have made it is to put the names with it. So they write under it sun or cloud or river. And that way they have learned all the words very good. That is also my language goal in all the lessons. They have to learn a lot of words about water, from shower, drinking, to sun and river and rain. In every lesson I've made, there are a few language goals, and I've named them all in my goal. I think this is a way for children to learn about water and English in a playful way. So I hope you agree with me, and I wish you very much luck with the lessons. Thank you very much.